Please be seated. As Academic Registrar, it is both my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all to the Cambridge Corn Exchange for this morning's Anglia Ruskin graduation ceremony, where we will celebrate the success of the class of 2017. The tradition of graduation ceremonies dates back to the 15th century, and it is a tradition that has evolved since. Roughly translated, graduation means taking a step, and graduation symbolizes the move of the former student, now called a graduand, into a new role in society as a graduate, where they will use the skills and talents developed during their studies to contribute to the future advancement of society. Each graduand will cross the stage and shake hands with the Deputy Vice-Chancellor to symbolize their transition to this new role, and we will applaud them for their success so far and in anticipation of their contribution to society in the future. At the end of the ceremony, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor will formally admit all new graduates to the community of scholars, and as new members of this community, as the academic procession leaves the stage, the new graduates will join the procession, and that will bring the ceremony to a close. During the ceremony, those receiving higher research degree awards will have their hoods placed upon them by the Deputy Vice-Chancellor to indicate that they have attained the very highest levels of academic achievement. So it's almost time for us to begin our formal proceedings, and I hereby declare the ceremony to be in session. And I call upon the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Professor Helen Valentine, to address you all. Deputy Vice-Chancellor.
Graduands, family, friends and colleagues, as Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Anglia Ruskin University, it is my very great pleasure to be here today at your graduation ceremony. Firstly, congratulations on reaching this milestone and graduating from your chosen course. Today is not only an opportunity to take stock and celebrate your achievements to date, but to look forward to the multitude of opportunities that stretch in front of each of you. Whatever career you enter, make sure that you embrace changes and advances, challenging, provoking, and implementing new ideas. To quote Albert Einstein, "Whoever undertakes to set himself up as the judge of truth and knowledge is shipwrecked by the laughter of the gods." We will have succeeded in our task if we have given you the skills and confidence to influence and lead the changes that will make a difference to your communities. This year marks our 25th anniversary of achieving university status. On the 16th of June 1992, we became a university, a milestone in a history that started way back in 1858 with John Ruskin's inaugural address at the opening of the Cambridge School of Art. The power of education, widening participation and innovation were part of our institutional DNA from that day onwards. Our new strategy, entitled Designing Our Future, was launched this year and outlines our continuing focus on transforming lives through innovative, inclusive, and entrepreneurial education and research. During the past quarter of a century, more than 140,000 people have achieved a higher education qualification from Anglia Ruskin, studying courses ranging from architecture to zoology, and coming to us from as far afield as Australia to Zimbabwe. The last 25 years have seen major changes and developments almost every year, and this year is no exception. We are delighted to have maintained our position in the top 350 world universities in the latest Times Higher Education World University Rankings. To put this into context, there are around 20,000 universities in the world, and we are the highest ranked of all of the post-1992 UK universities. Whilst there is much more to a university education than simply securing a well-paid job, we were also pleased to see that The Economist ranked Anglia Ruskin as one of the top 50 universities in the UK for delivering a positive return on investment in financial terms for their students. Continuing our previous success in the areas of enterprise and entrepreneurship, we won the Duke of York Award for University Entrepreneurship at the Lloyds Bank National Business Awards, sometimes known as the Oscars of British Business. Progress continues on new state-of-the-art facilities for our students. Our fabulous new £45 million Science Centre will open on our Cambridge campus in January, while work is underway on our Chelmsford campus on the Undergraduate School of Medicine, which will train future doctors for our region. Over the last 12 months, our academics from all faculties have carried out important research focusing on pressing issues in the UK and further afield. Research highlights this year include work on blindness and vision research, mental health, ageing, law, finance, business, engineering, and many other areas. And of course, we're particularly proud of the achievements of our students. This summer, Molly Smith was named Student Paramedic of the Year by the College of Paramedics, while talented students and recent graduates from the Cambridge School of Art have continued to win a range of important awards. One of our 2015 illustration graduates has enjoyed a double success, winning a New Talent Award at the 2017 World Illustration Awards, and also seeing her debut book named in the top 10 Best Illustrated Children's Books of the Year by the New York Times. For the second year running, V&A Student Illustrator of the Year award was won by an Anglia Ruskin student, while students from the MA Children's Book Illustrations course enjoyed a clean sweep in the prestigious Macmillan Prize for Illustration, winning first, second, and third prizes. As a university, we define our success by the positive impact we have on the lives of our students and the communities we serve. For us to succeed, we will need you, our newest alumni, to help us to further growth and success. From now on, our success and achievement is inextricably linked with your successes and achievements. The support we receive from our alumni and friends, with their multiple connections and networks, helps us to add value to the education we provide to our students. It supports our researchers to make a difference and gives us the opportunity to carry out a wide range of activities which support the cultural, social and economic well-being of our host cities and the wider region. Before I close, I would like to make a special mention of your families and friends who have provided you with support of multiple kinds during your education. They, more than anyone else, understand the sacrifices, hard work and determination involved in getting you here today. I would also like to acknowledge and thank the staff across Anglia Ruskin who have contributed to your teaching and have provided you with the support and guidance along the way, as well as to the members of our governing body who help guide and shape our university. There are also a large number of staff working quietly behind the scenes to help us to deliver an excellent experience for our students. I wish you well in wherever your ARU degree takes you. I hope that you continue a relationship with the university in the coming years. We are proud of you and hope that you are proud of your university here at Anglia Ruskin. As I finish, I return to Ruskin and his guidance on the use of words. Say all that you have to say in the fewest possible words, or your reader will be sure to skip them, and the plainest possible words, or he will certainly misunderstand them. I hope that I have followed this guidance. Congratulations once again. I hope that you all enjoy the day. Anglia Ruskin would not be where it is today without you. Thank you.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, thank you. We now come to the formal presentation of those receiving awards today, and I call upon Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Dean of Faculty, Professor Martin Hewitt, to come to the podium to present to the Deputy Vice-Chancellor graduates from the Faculty of Arts, Law and Social Sciences. Professor Hewitt.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure and my privilege to present to you graduates from the Faculty of Arts, Law and Social Sciences. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Film Studies, Lily Ainger. Darius Azadeh. Leah Baker. Matthew Joseph Kens. Daniel Clark. Oliver Cowan. Catherine Rachel Eason. And also receiving the BA Honours Major Project in Film Studies Prize, Alexander Fryer. Luke Hales. Jack Hogg. Harry Edward Jones. And also receiving the Pat Coyle Memorial Prize, Anna Kyriazidou. Baryanthi Lefkimiati. Alexander Long. Maria Wendy Newsom. Luke Partridge. Maria Patel. Megan Pierce-Dykes. Alexandra Valeria Petkova. Daniel James Seekins. Georgia Whitehouse. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Film Studies and Media Studies, Jeremina Anthony Muthuhu. Jordan Ryan Cook. Ben James Hallam. Jasmine Hill. Rachel Jennings. James Peter Mearns. Megan Pooley. Daniel George Porter. Stanislav Svovisky. And also receiving the BA Honours Major Project in Film Studies and Media Studies Prize, Gabrielle Stilianou. Ellie Swan. Alanta Leah Valentine Walks. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Media Studies, Marta Sophia. Holly Beckwith. Alexis Bobeski. Mitch Kersons. Nicholas Anthony Campbell McBride. Nicole Cresser. Francesco Di Landro. Sophia Donovan Spalding. Finley Fuller. Patricia Ann Guillermo. Sana Hamid. Tamila Haycock. Corinne Carney. Anita Kakpur Langari. Eloise Larkin Hines. Rosie McNamara. Charles Mitchell. And also receiving the BA Honours Major Project in Media Studies Prize, Alison Celeste Pitcher. James Stretch. Alheri Grace Tanko. Sammy Whitaker. Jacob Wright. Holly Young. Jingyar Zhao. Wenxuan Zhao. For the award of Bachelor of Arts, English Literature, Jessica Emily Fipers. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, English Literature, Rachel Amankwatia. Thomas Bailey. Johnny Barnes. Philip Brown. Michael Amber Burgess. Rebecca Connell. Edward Goter. Carly Heath. Azaria Huggins. Holly Scarlett Jessie James. Natalie Jones. Anya Beth Lavelle. Christy Anna Lawson. Katie Lord. Chris Lyon. Mamelo McKenna. Sophia Matu. Colette Montgomery. Charlotte Jane Olden. Gabriella Claire Ramsey. Hannah Robbins. Debbie Smith. Jake Smith. Sophie Sorkin. Clive James Thompson. Maria Treanu. Nikita Trivedi. Aidan Luke Patrick Walker. Charlotte Alexandra Ward. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Writing and English Literature, Aristides Victor Agoglosakis. Jack Hurst. Maya Bellevue. Danishta Betts. Elizabeth Mufaru Buu. Alice Cox. Catherine Dickerson. Katie Elliston. Holly Megan Beth Hayward. Sophie Hibbard. Amrita Lal. Jago Craig Sundberg Mudson. Sandra McLaren Stewart. And also receiving the BA Honours Major Project in Writing and English Literature Prize, Laura Rende Viana. Georgina Richardson. Rebecca Williams. Francesca Warwicker. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Writing and Film Studies, Ella Barrett. Jess Berman. Lauren Amy Carter. And also receiving the BA Honours Major Project Prize in Writing and Film Studies, Gemma Stribling. Peter Thompson. Sam Thorne. Holly Williams. Natalia Wilson. Maya Andrianova Yordanova. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, that partially completes the list of graduates for me to present to you today.
Professor Hewitt, thank you. We have many distinguished academic staff at Anglia Ruskin University, and I should now like to ask one of them, Sarah Fitt, to come to the podium to offer a few words of reflection. Sarah.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, the highest reward for a person's toil is not what they get for it, but what they become by it. So said John Ruskin, the man who, in 1858, opened the Cambridge School of Art, which now houses the Ruskin Gallery, and from which has grown Anglia Ruskin University, the university and academic community you are graduating from today. Graduation is a very proud moment, and one I'm sure you will remain with you for many years. You have toiled, as Ruskin says, to achieve what you have today, and this has culminated in what we are so rightly celebrating here. Every individual who walks across this stage has achieved so much, and through this achievement and experience, become a different person to the one who started out on this academic journey. Graduation represents so much. When I was in school, only around 7% of people went to university, whereas today it's just below 50%, as going to university is an opportunity now offered to a much wider cross-section of the population. It can be termed a social revolution of which you are all a part. Today is an important day. Here on this stage, we, your lecturers and teachers, are immensely proud of all you have achieved. This is because, as lecturers, we take great pride in seeing our students grow and flourish during their time with us. And to see them succeed is very gratifying, as is seeing the joy on so many faces. John Ruskin would never have dreamt that the Cambridge School of Art would develop to such an extent that, as an institution, it would be delivering high-level education to such a wide section of our community, both in the UK and overseas. As has already been said, congratulations must also go to the families and friends who are here today. You can share pride in this moment, as no one knows better than you do all that has gone on behind the scenes to make this day possible. The hard work that's been done, the frustrations that have been faced, the support and encouragement that is needed to be given, the highs and the lows. You have been there through it all, and everyone here gives you great thanks. And it's fantastic to see everyone here in all their finery and heels, some very high ones at that. As a linguist, I was interested in finding out where the word graduation comes from, and it's been mentioned already today, with its link to what we're doing, the ceremony, its etymology, if you like. Unsurprisingly, as we know, it comes from the Latin gradus, meaning degree or step, having a sense of movement. Then, in medieval Latin, it moved to graduale, taking a degree of, and then to appear in Middle English in the early 15th century in alchemy as a tempering, a refining of something to a certain degree, where here we begin to see the roots of the present-day meaning. From the latter part of the 15th century, it started to be used for the action of receiving or giving an academic degree, but it wasn't until 1818 that the word was used in reference to the ceremony where a degree is given. You might also wonder about the robes you have on. I suspect that many of you received many admiring glances as you walked here. University again comes from Latin, Universitas Magistrorum et Scholarium, which roughly translates as community of scholars and teachers. However, the Romans didn't really have such lofty places of study. Our modern university system has its roots in European medieval university, which was created in Italy and evolved from Christian schools for the clergy. Hence the robe still worn today, in homage to the monks who wore hoods and habits and studied. If we take the term graduation more broadly, you will probably find that this is not the first graduation that you've been through. Life is full of graduations, from nappy to potty, primary to secondary school, the loss of stabilizers from your bike, secondary to sixth form to university. These previous graduations may not have been celebrated in the same way as we are celebrating today, but it gives you the idea that your graduation from here may well not be your last, but one of many more future milestones. It seemed from the research I did when starting to write this speech that part of the job of the speech is to eliminate your worries about what happens next in your lives. However, when I thought more about this, I agreed with the conclusion that a fantastic author I've read, David Brooks, said, that this is really not what we should be trying to do here, trying to alleviate all your fears, but instead trying to make sure you worry about the right things. After talking to students over the years in my role as deputy head and course leader, there seems to be three main things that worry students at this juncture in their lives that really shouldn't. The first one is, will I get a good job? This will happen. It may not happen straight away, but with determination and keeping your eyes what is happening around you, you will get there. Graduates in the proud position that you are in today have a huge advantage in the job market. You may have to take some risks, but most people who take risks don't regret them, however they turn out. The next question is, will I find my passion? Some of you may be in the fortunate position that you have found your passion and you know exactly where you are going and what you need to do to get there. For others, it may not be so clear. There may be lots of things that you're interested in and that you enjoy, but that you would not exactly call a passion. But let me reassure you, your passion will find you. Relax and wait for it if you haven't found it yet. You will know when it finds you. Finally, will I be happy? According to research, happiness is a movable feast. Most of you, I would assume, are in your 20s, and it has been shown that as people move through their 20s, they get happier. The happiness level dips over the next few years until it finally flattens out when people are in their late 40s and early 50s. This is called having teenage children. Apparently, happiness is on a move again, with a big burst of happiness in the first 10 years after retirement. So, as a lot of you are in your 20s, it would seem that you are probably going to be happy, for a while at least. Besides, there are ways to make sure you're happy. David Brooks again asserts that there are easy ways to increase happiness. Join a club that you go to at least once a month. Research has shown that can produce the same happiness as doubling your income. Use your money to buy experiences and not things. Don't try to control other people. You can't. It is as simple as that. And don't ruminate on bad events. But the one thing that contributes most to happiness is having dinner with friends. And the daily activity that detracts most from happiness is commuting. So the secret is, eat more, commute less. So what are the things that should concern you and you should think about as you leave this hall? Remember and cherish the group of fellow students who have struggled and achieved alongside with you. Delight in the contribution you will make to society, whether in Britain or in the country to which you will return. Remember that job satisfaction exceeds income accumulation. And know that learning never stops. Your whole life will be one long process of discovery. Congratulations. Thank you.
Sarah, thank you. We now continue with the presentation of those receiving awards today, and I once again call upon Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Dean of Faculty, Professor Martin Hewitt, to return to the podium to continue the presentation to the Deputy Vice-Chancellor of graduates from the Faculty of Arts, Law and Social Sciences. Professor Hewitt.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, it's my pleasure to continue the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Arts, Law and Social Sciences. For the award of Master of Arts, English Literature, Farez Hamad Al-Shamari Avad. Sandra Patricia Brook. Natasha Leanne Cook. Thomas Didola. Marie-Therese Moxon. Aditi Sen. Veronica Turner. For the award of Master of Arts, Creative Writing, Jenny Katia. Michael Jan Gibbas. Kate Hurst. Julie Jean Jackson. Angela Jameson. Mark Martin Piero. Sophia Jane Siddle. Brian John Wagstaff. Jane Willis. For the award of Master of Arts Publishing, David Bishop. Hannah Marta Meroshek. Samuel Raymond Parker. Ligia Ramos. Amanda Jane Rennick. And also receiving the ProQuest Publishing Innovation Award, Lucinda Victoria Stephen. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours English Language Studies, and also receiving the BA Honours Major Project in English Language Studies Prize, Paula Aguado. Janos Havril. Agnieszka Katarzyna Kaminska. Kristina Trusova. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours English Language and Linguistics, Harriet Battersby. Darren Braybrook. Gemma Rhiannon Clare. Chelsea Cole. J. Adam Coney. Anastasia Eastman. Catherine Fletcher. North Elliott Green. Joanna Sophie Houchen. Kate Jackson. Milena Lesniak. Letty Undlovu. Kestra Marie Poutril. Marianne Plenty. Georgina Alice Pope. Keely Rayner. Hannah Stevenson. Ellie Jane Wilson. And also receiving the BA Honours Major Project in English Language and Linguistics Prize, Lucinda Woodley. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours English Language and English Language Teaching, Bethany Anderson. Ashley Connor. Jing Lin. Luke Andrew Marshall. Emily Maunder. Barbara Mendika. Joshua Patrick Parker. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours International Business English, Nicolette Duong. Yi Lin Huang. Blessing Segu Masana. For the award of Master of Arts, Applied Linguistics and TESOL, Maha Mohammed Al-Othman. Osama Ataha. Thunchanak Bualek. Arshia Mirza. Catherine Siobhan Pereira. Claire Louise Potosi. Kanokwan Saley. Janet Wilson. For the award of Master of Arts, Intercultural Communication, Lisa Rahela Aref. Audrey Brigitte Francis Cazille. Claudia Dattoli. Ji Meng. Kanita Srisomas. And also receiving the Vernon Prize, Kedrick Winks. For the award of Master of Arts, Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages, TESOL, and Materials Development, Therese Laker. Daryl Lynn Morgan. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, it's my pleasure to present those who have been awarded higher research degrees. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, with a thesis entitled The Impact and Effectiveness of Extensive Reading in a Jordanian EFL Classroom, Mohammed Atiq. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, with a thesis entitled Increasing Cultural Competence for Saudi English Language Learners in the UK Context, Lamia Abdullah bin Obaid. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy with a thesis entitled Charles Dickens, The Romantic Legacy, Peter Allen Cook. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy with a thesis entitled In Peril on the Sea, Shipwreck and Loss in Poetry, 1805 to 1822, Kirsty Jane Harris. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy with a thesis entitled Magic in Fantasy, Narrative Strategies from 1970 to 2010, Agnieszka Anna Jędrzejczyk-Brenda. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy with a thesis entitled Where is Home? Cultural Hybridity and the Quest for Belonging in Turkish-German Cinema, Christina Langhans. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy with a thesis entitled Representing Ambiguity, Liminality and Transformation in Shakespearean Theatre, Rosalind Mary Lyons. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy with a thesis entitled Operating Outside the Law, Detectives and Spies, 1880 to 1920, Kate Morrison. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy with a thesis entitled Evolutionary Narratives in the Poetry and Prose of Constance Naden, Stephen William Ridley. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy with a thesis entitled Representations of Society in Conservative Poetry, 1790 to 1798, Stephen Michael White. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, that completes the list of graduands for me to present to you today.
Professor Hewitt, thank you, and well done, everybody. We are now nearing the end of the ceremony, but first I should like to ask Philip Brown, one of our wonderful new graduates, to come up to the stage and to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of all of those receiving awards today. Philip.
Vice-Chancellor, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, fellow graduates, it is my pleasure to offer the vote of thanks today from myself and on behalf of all the students graduating at this ceremony. Studying at university was a rich experience, sometimes fun and joyful, sometimes difficult and demanding. Learning new and inspiring things was a big part of why we all chose to attend university, and they could not have been taught without the lecturers that we've been able to share our university experience with. Throughout our time at Anglia Ruskin, each of us has had the opportunity to work with these outstanding lecturers. While they occasionally look tired and stressed, we can be ignorant of the magnitude of work that they put into our learning. The hours we spent outside our seminars and lectures, they were perpetually researching and writing for our benefit, preparing us to overcome the challenge that we have given ourselves. However, this challenge is inherently active in the production of feelings of doubt. With the encouragement, patience, and knowledge of our lecturers, we are able to overcome these feelings of doubt and uncertainty. Not only do our lecturers develop us within the classroom, but we are shaped and moulded as people. We are encouraged to find ourselves, to cast off our own mind-forged manacles, to discard the uncertainties that inevitably ensnare us all at some point, and to not follow in the footsteps of those that have come before us, but to exceed them. To every lecturer that we have had the privilege of working with, we extend our deepest thanks, as none of this would have been possible without your guidance. It is important also to acknowledge all those that offer work from behind the scenes. I talk of librarians, IT staff, administrators, caterers, student union staff, cleaners, and many others. Each microcosm adds up to the entity that is Anglia Ruskin University, and it is important to acknowledge each division of time and labour, however large or however small. And so, from each of us in the room, I would like to offer a thanks for your hard work and support. Perhaps the greatest thanks goes to our guests today, our parents, guardians, families and friends, whether they all be present today or not. Their presence is felt regardless. They have helped us through one of the most important milestones in our lives and guided us towards the success we are able to enjoy today. As we each begin the next chapter in our lives, we would all like to express our gratitude towards the love, care, and understanding that you have showed us during this momentous time in our lives. Though the words I speak will never do the feeling justice, I hope they come close to permeating the boundaries between language and feeling and communicate the wealth of gratitude we feel. We will always look back to this time in our lives and be thankful, knowing that we have all made you proud of us. Finally, I would like to say thank you to my fellow students and peers. Thank you all for being yourselves. It's been quite the journey, and I am glad to have had this opportunity of sharing this experience with you all. I have made some tremendous friends throughout my time here, as I'm sure you all have too, and I hope these friendships continue for years to come. It has been my pleasure and privilege to represent you at the apex of our time at Anglia Ruskin. Those that I have met and those that I haven't, I hope I've expressed the feelings of warmth and fraternity that I will always remember you all by. To each and every student within this room, I wish you all the best for the next stage in your lives. Continue to be passionate in what you do, continue to argue your case, continue to live your life the way you want to live it, and most importantly, continue to be yourself. Congratulations and thank you.
Philip, thank you and well done. I would now like to call for one final time on Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Professor Helen Valentine, to address the new graduates. Deputy Vice-Chancellor.
And now, all of those who have been presented to me here today, would you please stand? As Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Anglia Ruskin University, I hereby admit you to the degrees, diplomas and awards for which you have been presented to me today. As a member now of the community of scholars, take all that you have learned into society and uphold the values of freedom, thought and scholarship. Our warmest congratulations to you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the ceremony, and I hereby declare proceedings closed. Can I now ask everybody to stand for the academic procession?